Well, hey there, I'm Emma from English. And in this lesson, I'm going to share 10 words that you can start using right now to sound more natural when you speak English. So which are these 10 magic words that I'm talking about? These ones. Interestingly, these words have a few things in common. So firstly, they are very, very, very common. In fact, these are some of the most common English words. They're all in the top 20 words that are used in English. So for that reason alone, this lesson is worth paying attention to. But before we go on, I want to make sure that you've subscribed to English and you've turned on the notifications so that you know whenever there's a new lesson ready for you. So just hit that red button down there. But keep watching to learn how to say these words naturally. And at the end of this lesson, you'll get to practice with me. So most of these words are used for grammatical reasons in English sentences. On their own, they don't hold a lot of meaning. They're not nouns or verbs or adjectives, which are the words that help us to understand what is happening in a sentence or how it's happening in a sentence. So these words are structure words, not content words. The exception though is the be verb here. It's the only verb that we've got, but it's the exception. The other thing that these words have in common is that they all have stressed and unstressed forms when they're spoken. And this is exactly what we're going to go over in this lesson. Because using the unstressed forms of these words when you speak English will help you to sound more natural. So let's start with the. So this word is not usually stressed, so you don't hear it pronounced like the very often. You'll hear a shorter version, the, and also you'll hear the. So we have two unstressed forms because the pronunciation of this word changes depending on the word that follows it. So if the word the is followed by a consonant sound, then it's pronounced the lazy schwa sound, Can I use the bathroom? The bathroom. Can I use the bathroom? Tell the children to stay inside. The children. The children. Tell the children to stay inside. Now, if the word the is followed by a vowel sound, then it's pronounced the, which is much like the, but just a shorter version of it. The. I'll take you to the airport. The airport. I'll take you to the airport. She forgot to buy the ice cream. The ice cream. The ice cream. She forgot to buy the ice cream. The verb be is the second most commonly used word in English, but of course it has several forms, doesn't it? Depending on the subject and the tense. So you won't often hear be stressed in an English sentence. When it's the main verb in the infinitive form, you'll usually hear just a slightly shorter version. I'll be home soon. Be home. I'll be home soon. Now in the present tenses, you'll hear am, is, and are. And these forms are usually pushed together when spoken naturally with the subject, so it forms a contraction. I am becomes I'm. You are, you're. He, she, it is. He's, she's, it's. We are becomes where, and they are becomes there. So when spoken, these contractions mean that we hardly hear the be verb at all. The pronunciation of the past tense forms are also usually reduced. So was becomes was. He was upstairs earlier. Was. He was. He was upstairs earlier. And were becomes were. They were too tired. Were. They were. They were too tired. Now, in past participle form, the vowel sound is often shortened to been. Instead of been, it's been. We've been there too. Been. Been there. We've been there too. Moving on to the word to. Now, to is the stressed form, but when spoken, this word is usually unstressed. T. Just like I said, moving on to the word to. To the word. To. To the word. Moving on to the word to. It's 1:45. T. To two. It's 1:45. Now, of is another incredibly common English word, usually unstressed, so it sounds like of, not of. Of, with the lazy schwa sound again. Would you like a cup of tea? Of tea? Of. Cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? I'll take a picture of you. Of you. Of. Picture of you. I'll take a picture of you. Now, of course, and must make our list of commonly used words, right? And just like the previous words, it's often unstressed when spoken. And becomes and or n. You and me. Come and visit me. Visit me. Come and visit me. We need some milk and apples. And apples. We need some milk and apples. Now, this tiny little word at can be stressed or unstressed. You need to be here at 3 o'clock. At. So by stressing at, I'm adding emphasis. I'm making the meaning stronger. You need to be here exactly at 3 o'clock. Not before, not after, at 3. So most of the time though, this word won't be stressed and the sound reduces to